Okay, we're recording.
All right. We could hold hands here. We could
Shake hands. There you go, Scotty.
Oh, good. Talk to the hands is with us this morning. Hands, good morning.
Good morning, Scotty. How you going?
I'm doing all right. What about you?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, I enjoy my weekends.
You do? You
yeah,
do?
having a bit of a break, and spend some time with friends,
Nice. Yeah.
family.
Yeah, we had a busy kind of social weekend this weekend, seeing lots of people, but it was nice.
Yeah,
It's
good.
nice to do that every now and then.
Yep, I agree.
What are we talking about today?
Well, we're going to talk about anger, actually. It's interesting. I looked at a YouTube video, and it said there that you can actually control your anger and actually not become angry. So I've certainly tried that in my own life.
So you do your research on YouTube, do you? Is that where you get is that where all the data comes from?
No, not really. Actually, I remember I did a therapy course, and I was in a men's group too once, and they said that they taught me there that anger was a secondary emotion. So if you're angry, you're most likely hurt, or there's fear, or there's disgust. Actually, I often explain this to my clients that anger is a secondary emotion, and you got the anger scale. So the anger scale is slightly annoyed, frustrated, agitated, and then rage, fury at the top.
I remember once, and I don't want to overshare. I mean, I'm talking, this is like 25 years ago now, but I remember once we were in our house in Melbourne.
Yes.
And my wife was getting me to put glasses on the top shelf,
Yep.
to put them away. But she said something that was basically saying, "Why haven't you done this yet?" or something. And I remember I just lost it. I just got so and I'm like, that was an overreaction. Like I remember in my brain at the time going, "Why did I get so upset about that?" But it was a secondary emotion, and it was to do with other stuff going on.
Upset.
Yeah, and so because I'm going, that was just bizarre that I got upset about that, or like she was asking me to put glasses in the cupboard. Like it was just weird. But
So that would never happen now.
Well, no.
No.
Well, I am better with my emotions now, but what I'm saying is it was a secondary emotion. It wasn't because she asked me to put glasses in.
Something else was going on.
Yeah.
It's interesting, that one. So people are triggered sometimes fairly easily. And so the idea there is to sort of be aware of your triggers and be aware of what, because you feel it somewhere. So basically anger, you're going into fight mode of some sort. So the whole thing is triggered. You go to anger's fight mode. So you get defensive, and now you're going to get angry. And you're going to now express it, no uncertain terms that this is unfair or whatever. And then the other person, of course, feels threatened. So it's an emotional threat, not a good place. Particularly for men, if they get particularly really angry, women often feel frightened by that, and they get hurt very easily. So the idea is you decide not to be angry at all, because it never works. And it's
one of those things, isn't it? It's like no matter, whenever you get angry, what does it fix? It doesn't fix anything. Like it's all it does is just damages stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah, it never works. I mean, I've never had someone say to me, "Oh, Hans, the way that you got angry really helped me understand something." I mean, I've never had that as a response. Have you? No, guys.
But and in fact, I know people that have had, particularly husbands, who have got angry and lashed out, and it's actually wrecked the marriage, or it's damaged, or it's taken away a whole bunch of trust, or it's introduced fear into their marriage.
Yep.
Like it's destructive, isn't it?
Most definitely. And if you're too angry, you could find yourself in the remand centre for a night, which is another thing that people then fear, because you've got to really learn to control your anger. So you just need to be aware of the feeling that goes through your body, and you just need to take a breath and slow it down. Now, the source of anger is often our expectations are not being met. And so we have this in our mind that certain things should go in a certain way, and which basically is a way that suits us. So we know that certain things need to go in a certain way, or people need to respond to us in a certain way, or they need to sort of adhere to what we believe is the right, fair and just thing. And so we have this in our mind, and it's called shoulds and oughts, actually. We've mentioned this before. This ought to happen and this should happen. And when it doesn't happen the way that we want it to happen, then we feel hurt or upset or annoyed or frustrated. And then what happens at that point is that our throat gets restricted a bit. our heart rate goes up.
And people can see it too. People can see it. They're like, "Oh, what's wrong with you? You seem angry." You know.
That's right. And then you'll say something, and then what happens is that then the other person, if they get angry, and if you feel that they should not be getting angry, but they should be actually complying to what you're saying, but
You increase your anger and you increase the level, and
if they get defensive, and then if you've got this sense of I need to win this argument,
it just becomes a yelling match.
oh no, it just goes downhill after that.
And it never works.
I know, and then after that, what you got a repair job.
Yeah.
So you got to repair it because you're going to be in the bad books for quite some time. So I say we need to learn to nip it in the bud, as they say. You know, like if you're feeling it, just take a breath and try and think differently about it. You know, you actually got to say to yourself, okay, it's not going to work if I get angry. I just have to calm down. I've got to listen to this. I don't feel like listening to this, because the reason why we get angry is because someone is saying something that we're not enjoying listening to.
Yeah.
They might be having a go at us, or they're pointing out our mistakes, or they're saying something that we've done wrong and we feel like getting defensive. Sit it out. I normally say, so write it out, wait until the person's finished, take a breath, and they say, look, I heard you out, can we come back to this? Like, or you can actually say to the person, look, I feel upset about what you said, actually. This really doesn't work for me. I think it's unfair what you're saying. And so what you're doing, then you're talking about what's happening to you rather than expressing it in anger.
Yeah.
So you can actually say sometimes, look, I'm really starting to feel angry now, but I don't want to express my anger. But, you know, I'm not happy with what you're saying. This is not fair. Rather than lashing out and going, da-da-da-da.
And escalate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just a matter of saying, hey, I just need a 30-minute timeout. Can we be back in 30 minutes when we a little cooler and talk more about it?
Yeah, they call that a circuit breaker, actually. That's another way to do it. But you can actually decide not to become angry anymore because it doesn't work. And you can, the best thing to do sometimes is just to talk about what's happening for you at the moment. Look, I see you're saying this. I feel it's unfair. I don't want to get angry with you. So you can actually say that. I don't want to get angry. I'm not going to get defensive. I'm not happy about this. Let me think about it, okay? So you can tell the other person. Sometimes you can tell the other person, look, that really hurts you saying that. And you're better off saying that than lashing out and getting back into it and going, oh, what about you? And, you know, that sort of stuff.
Yep. It turns nasty.
Yeah, it does a lot of damage.
All right, so anger doesn't work.
Anger doesn't work. See how you go. And there's plenty of stuff on YouTube on it, actually, on things on how to control anger. But if you control your anger, you'll feel better about yourself.
And your relationship will be better.
Yep. And people who are calm are respected across the board. If you're a calm human being and, you know, people are upset around you, but you're remaining calm, you will be respected. No
Thank you,
question.
Hans. We'll see you next week.
Good on you, Scotty.
Hans, kia ora. Beautiful.
That was all right, didn't it?
Yeah, it was good.
That was good. Our usual short. Was it a short one? It was very compact, wasn't it?
Yeah, for about 8 minutes.